Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you game 2 of a best of 3 between Shaun and Karma in round 1 of the finals of season 3 of the Steel Division 2 League. Today they are playing on Slutsk East, and both players have once again decided to play on the Allied side. So, on our left in the red team, we have Shaun playing with the 184th Rifles and the balanced deployment type. And on our right, in the blue team, we have Karma using the 3rd Canadian Infantry and the flatline deployment type. So Shaun sticking to his guns with the balanced deployment type as always. It hasn't really been too successful in the first game. Karma really built up his air force with the 6th Airborne and took the game to Shaun with his vanguard, and Shaun just couldn't hold on long enough to bring the game back. So I'm expecting Karma to look to do the same this time, although doesn't have as much of a punch in phase A because of the flatline deployment type. But flatline's still very strong against balance because it actually matches the income of balance more in phase B. So flatline's pretty good here. But I'm interested in these divisions. The 184th, it's quite strong with its infantry. It does have the Strelky DP, it's got the flamethrowers, and it does have both the AT guns and OBs and stuff to back that up, like infantry guns at least. It does have a few armoured options, but more in the ISU 122s for the open ground would be the thing to look out for. But they generally come in later on in the game because they're limited availability. So I think what Shaun's going to be going for here is he's going to contest the town a lot to control a lot of these flags, because there are lots of town flags on Slutsk East that you need to contest. And on the top side, maybe relinquish a little bit of this to Karma, who's probably going to make use of a lot of his medium armor in the shape of his Shermans to gain like a dominating early game. But let's have a look at some of Karma's units, because he's got quite a lot down already. So on the top side here, he's got 3 sniper scouts. Wow. In front of 4 units of rifles and a Sherman 5. The triple sniper start. I guess it's going to be to maybe transport snipe some stuff down this road, but also kill off any AT guns that maybe get unloaded early. Potentially. He's got more sniper scouts heading towards the center with 3 rifles behind those as well. That's going to be heading towards this area. So he's got a strong push going for the top side, a strong push going for sort of the middle sector here. I'd probably have one of these rifles or something go towards the center, I guess. But further down, even more rifles. 6 units of rifles that are a rifle leader. I mean, there's no surprise there. Similar to the 15th Scots, the 3rd Canadians do use a lot of rifles. You got the Ram at the start with the off-map, so phase A off-map, and then a Sherman 5 to follow that up. It's good to see these Shermans coming in at 2-star veterancy. This one on the top side here doesn't have any veterancy. So he has a card of Shermans with 2-star veterancy, and then he also has a second card with no veterancy to increase his availability. Then he's got 3 cards of rifles currently going into the town. So, looks like he's going to focus on taking the top part of the town to potentially then cover the bottom side where these 3 units of rifles will be pushing through. But he's got to be careful that Shaun doesn't just push through on the bottom side and capture maybe these 2 flags. I think this one will be harder to capture though, because the influence from the buildings on the top side here. But let's have a look at some of the units going down on the side of Shaun. So he is bringing in Avtos at the start. So 4 Avtos, Strelky Komrotti in combat. So these Avtos are going to be 3-star veterancy, which is great. But Avtos in towns don't tend to do well, and that's because of reasons like this, where there's not a house in between these 2. And therefore, as the Avtos run across here, they're getting shot from anything that has line of sight as they go, and they can't return fire. And that is a big problem for Avtos in towns, unless you have smoke cover. There is an ISU 122 from the start that's going to be going up onto this hill. That's going to be covered by the Strelky DP, the 4 units there. There's also 3 snipers and a Stroki Comroti. It looks like absolute sniper meta. We've got the infantry gun, the 76mm coming in, so not OBs, just standard infantry guns. I don't think the 184th get OBs, which is why I corrected myself earlier. But either way, 2 flamers going to be going for the center cap there, and then sniper and Stroki DP here. 2 Stroki DP, Zis 3 for the top side. Now the triple sniper here, are they going to go for the snipes? Yep, that's exactly what it was for. They do manage to kill one of the Stroki DP completely, and the other one's going to get pinned down as it unloads. So yeah, that's going to allow these rifles to just run them through and take that top side. Shaun's going to react with a couple of BA-10M. Spitfire is coming in for the bombing strike onto the 76mm. Looks like Karma's already investing in this Air Force. The rifles unloaded early on the bottom side. These rifles are pushed quite aggressively on the top of the hill, followed up by the rifle leader. The Rams arriving here to provide off-map, and as soon as Karma starts to see the engagement, he will drop the off-map on top of the Stroki. Now, nice job by the Spitfire to take out that infantry gun, and these rifles have complete control up here. 2 rifles now heading down. Going to find the Zis 3 eventually and probably take that out too. The snipers trying to clean up the Machiki at this range, firing point blank. Rifles trying to get on top of them and help out. It will get pushed out of that building probably pretty quickly. Off map's going to be landing potentially on these 3 Stroki DP. The triple sniper is coming up. They're going to be moving into these buildings, although they are on attack move orders, so they're not going to be in heavy cover. But it looks like this one might die very quickly. This one might survive, as it is going to support here, but it might get hit by the off map as well. But with the ground relinquished on the top side, now the 2 BA-10Ms that Shaun has brought in to reinforce getting taken out as well by the Sherman 5, Shaun's in a really tough spot. Spitfire comes in with the bombing strike. Off map's going to hit the Stroki really well. The ISU 122 is in a real rough position here. All these Stroki, damn, they are getting pushed back by these rifles and the off map. The ISU 122 is like the only trouble now, but the rifle leaders coming into position with the Piat. Can a Piat hit the mark? No, it cannot. Of course. Alright, second shot. You get another go, rifle leader, because the ISU 122 is really not that good at killing infantry. So, rifle leader gets the kill onto the ISU 122. Spitfire's going for the shot onto the IL-2KR. The IL-2KR can trade with aircraft pretty well, though. Karma pulls off to the side, doesn't want to head on, and now will likely try and micro onto the back of the IL-2KR. You can probably do. Avto's trying to push forwards on the bottom side, have bumped into these rifles, are going to do quite a lot of damage to the rifles, can probably trade 1 for 1 at least, but you can see again here, these 2 rifles can continue shooting at these Avtos after they've engaged. So if these try and move forwards now, they're just going to get shot in the open and die. So they're never really going to trade more than 1 for 1, unless you have smoke to cover them off. But lovely job by Karma to take out the ISU 122. That's the only real threat to his Shermans in the early game. Maybe the Zis 3s as well, but they're not that effective. And well, with that, Shaun surrenders. 4 minutes, 8 seconds in, Karma defeats Shaun. And Shaun is a hell of a veteran at this game. So, I don't know where the hell Karma came from, but fantastic job. 525 kills to 115 losses. Takes out Shaun in round 1 of the finals. Damn. Look how little kills Shaun got. His Stroki managed to trade with some rifles, and the Avto got 1 kill. The infantry gun killed 2 of the sniper scouts, but that is it. And then, in terms of losses, well, the Spitfire taking out the infantry gun early was good. The Zis 3 got taken out on the top side because the 2 Stroki got taken out by the sniper scouts. And then the Sherman 5 was put in position to take out the BA-10M because it looks like Shaun didn't see the Sherman coming. And, of course, the ISU 122 went down to the rifle leader, Piat, winning the day. Who'd have thought of that? Blimey. Yeah, and without the ISU 122 there, it does make life difficult for Shaun. But I'm very surprised that he relied on the ISU 122 for close range AT support. To me, that was very strange, especially the location where he put it. I think if he brought an ISU 122 to the top side, that would have been really smart, because he could have covered a lot of that open ground from the start of the game. I was a little concerned that he wouldn't have ISU 122s till phase B or C, but he had one in phase A. So having it on that top side, I think, would have been a good idea, just to cover off against the Sherman 5 up there, as opposed to running his BA-10Ms into it. So yeah, I think that was a big mistake from Shaun, having it in the town. He could have just as easily brought a couple 35-point AT guns to back up his Starkey DP. Now, of course, the 140mm off map from the start from Karma was pretty smart. It did certainly save his rifles from having to take out the Starkey themselves and just pin them down, and then job done. So yeah, and I guess the AT guns would have suffered the same fate in that case, but at least it's only 35-point AT guns going down, not a 120-point tank. Either way, pretty decisive game there, game 2. That means Karma's going to be moving on to the semi-finals of the Season 3 Steel Division 2 League finals. So yeah, nicely done. And well deserved, very well played. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Karma's games in the future. Commiserations to Shaun, knocked out early. That's it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.